Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all been? It's your favorite nail tech, period. TipTop, you already know what's up. I know it's been a minute, and I keep saying that every video, but y'all just bear with me. Anyway, look how cute I came up with this design. I was just thinking one day, I'm like, dang, I've never seen nobody do like pastel camo French tips, like all different colors. So I was like, yes, I got to do this. And I finally did it. If you're following my Instagram, you've already seen it. But if you haven't, make sure you go over my Instagram. Link is in my bio. Go follow your girl at TipTop Shape Nails. Just that simple. So yes, lately I've been using my tablet to pre-draw out designs, and I'm actually loving it. Now, it's not an iPad, but it definitely gets the job done. I freaking love it. It's amazing. It definitely helps me to really just sit down and think about content, because I just feel like it's getting to the point where it's only so much stuff we can really do, and it's just starting to get repetitive. And but it's like at the same time, I just know there are different designs that I could do, and that as nail techs we can do together. It's just everything is all French tips now, so it's like you got to keep up with the trends, but also try to create something new. It's hard. It's hard. It's really just everything making a full circle. Everything that has already been done before is really just coming back in style, because the chrome, we've been doing chrome already, like, since the beginning, but now it's making its way back around. So maybe I'll just have to put my thinking cap on and just think about any old things that I would like to see come back around. So I am doing the pop off method for this set because I am not keeping it on. Y'all already know. And I need to let you guys know that your girl found a new nail shop. Yes, I am at a new black owned nail shop, and I am filming a vlog. And this vlog is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a day in my life working in a salon, because I know a lot of videos on YouTube are independent nail techs that just work in a suite. And, videos like that are cool too. But I want to give YouTube like a different perspective on working in a salon, because it's definitely very different. Let me jump in real quick. I bought this new brush from TDI. It's a nail supply store here in Georgia, and so far I'm loving it. It's a size. It's a size. I showed y'all in the video. I wasn't paying no attention, but y'all seen what size it was in the video, and I love it. For my base, what did I use? I actually use Cover Pink, Young Nails Cover Pink, mixed with Young Nails Cover Flamingo. So that's this color, and it's really pretty. It's like a nice mauve nude. It's really nice, because sometimes Cover Flamingo could be too peachy and orange, and sometimes Cover Pink could be too brown. So those two mixed together are literally look perfect. But yeah, in a new salon, and I'm so excited and I'm so happy because I love it so far. I've only worked there, like 3 days, but so far I do love it. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I'm in the process of filming a vlog. I need to make like an outro for the vlog, but pretty much it's like, yeah, I pretty much took y'all with me to work. I need to get better with taking videos of after every client. I don't know how people remember to do that. Well, it's different when you work in a salon that take walk-ins as well, because sometimes, you got to be on the go. You don't really have time to do that as you do when you set appointments. Because, normally we set appointments and we leave out time for stuff like that. But I'll figure it out eventually, because I do want to show y'all, because not everybody is going to be able to start out paying booth rent. And if you want to learn how the salon works and stuff like that, I would love to show you guys that. And I'm going to find a way to set my tripod up while I'm doing pedicures, because it's not a lot of tutorials on YouTube about that either. And I want to show you guys that, and just me working in the salon. And I know a lot of times my vlogs don't get that big of attention, but hopefully with it being nail related, you guys will watch it, because y'all have not been watching my vlogs. Like, what's up with that? Do y'all not like me for real? Like, just tell me the truth in the comments. Just tell me the truth. But yeah, I'm going ahead and doing this application. I really wasn't just focused on it for real. Look at that, application only, period. But I did have to take them off to file them, because, child, they was popping off left and right. So I took them off to file them, and then I just glued them back on. These are kind of like the colors I'm using. Really, I was just getting like the base color and then making a lighter version and a darker version. So as you can see, I'm using the base color right now, and then to get a lighter version, I mix the same color with white, and to get a darker version, I mix the same color with like a darker color. So I just used orange because I don't have like a dark yellow. A dark yellow is an orange. So, well, not necessarily, but y'all know what I mean. And I just mixed orange with that same base color. So pretty much with camo, you're going to need variations of color. Don't have too many colors now. Like, I was thinking about putting black in this, because normally camo does have a super dark color to stand out. But I was just like, nah, that's going to be too much. So I just stuck with 3 colors from the same color pretty much. So now I'm just drawing a design, and it's kind of hard to describe camo. It's not like cow print where you can just do random globs and call it a day. No, like, you have to actually make sure the camo looks like camo, because camo actually does have a very distinct look about it. And how I would kind of describe it, it's random squiggles, but make sure you make them long, elongated, and very horizontal, because camo is like goes from side to side. So as long as you stretch those globs out here and there to the side, I feel like you'll be fine. And then also, don't overthink it with where to place where at and how many of each color you should do. Don't overthink it like that. I would say the best way to do it is to, one, don't overcrowd the nail. So you don't need a whole bunch of like squiggly lines or just random dots. You don't need a whole bunch, because thinking about it, you have to put all 3 colors on the nail. Well, technically, you just put in 2 colors on the nail, because the base color will already count as a color. So you just put in the lighter color and the darker color on the nail. You're just going back and forth between those 2. And make sure you leave space for the base color to actually shine through, because if you put too much of the light and dark color, it's like you just use you're going to have to go back in with the middleman to try to make room for it. So, one, don't overcrowd the nail. I promise. Less is more with this design. Now, you do want to just make sure you kind of stack some colors on top of each other, because if you look at some camo reference pictures, oh yes, also make sure you look at reference pictures with anything you're drawing. It's going to make your life so much easier. Like I said earlier, I put that design on my tablet so I could always go back and look at that if I feel like I needed help, because I've never done camo before. So always use a reference, and just make sure that you stack some of the colors on top of each other. Because, like, for example, like zebra print, you don't mix any of the lines together. You don't stack any of the lines together. But with camo, you kind of do want to overlap them, because that's what gives the camo look. Camo has a very distinct look. I didn't get a chance to record the blue nail because sadly my phone died, but it's literally just the same thing. And try not to overthink the blobs, y'all. Like, because if you overthink it, it's not going to look like camo, and you're just not going to be pleased with it at all. But as long as you don't try to overdo it, I think you should be fine. Like, I'm literally just using a dotting tool. You could use a brush if you like, but I feel like that might make your life a little bit harder. Use the dotting tool. It already has a round edge. And that's another thing. With your camo design, you don't want any straight, sharp lines, because camo is very squiggly, like, round. So that's why I'm using a dotting tool. And I'm just really just letting everything flow. One thing I would mention though about this design is very time consuming, especially if you're doing multiple colors, because think about it. I had to wipe off my palette every time it was time for me to start my new set of colors. And the nails are already long, and even though I did one hand, it still took me a decent amount of time. So just think about that when you're trying to do it on a client, that you just let them know that, hey, this might take longer. If you want to do less colors or even one color, that'll be quicker. But if you plan on doing different colors for every hand, be prepared to sit there for a minute. I'm talking about have your butt pillow, have a snack if you can, because you're going to be sitting there. Because even though the design is just a bunch of squiggly blobs, it's so time consuming. And I really hate that about certain nail arts. Like, I love nail art, but some nail art is so time consuming and so tedious, it makes you not even want to do it. So that's why sometimes I do all the crazy stuff on myself, and I just hope none of my clients ask for it, because I'm be like, you sure you want this, girl? Like, we're gonna be sitting here all day. Like, you sure you don't want just French or something? But yeah, be prepared to be sitting for a minute. And if you're an OG, then you already know that purple is my favorite color. So this was my favorite nail. And if y'all paid attention, that was sugar and cream. That polish, one coat, amazing. So back in the beginning of the video when I showed y'all my sketch, you see that I have flowers on a smile line and cuticle bling around the cuticles. I didn't know whether I wanted to do it like that, or I didn't know if I want to swap them out. But I came to realize that I really didn't want to mess up the smile line, because for one, it looked amazing, crispy. I really did that for real. So I didn't really want to cover it up. So I'm like, I want to incorporate flowers, because the whole point of me doing this in different colors was like springtime, spring colors, pastel colors. So I'm like, I get the bright idea. Let's just mix them. And it was the best idea ever, because yes, the bling plus the flowers is just, it made magic for real. I end up using my Creations like gel. It's a super thick gel that's in a tube that you just squeeze out, the regular. And it's good so far. I don't know. When it comes to bling, I would just be super picky about what I use, because I just hate for people to complain about it coming off and stuff like that. So I typically only try to get Zulay or super glue. But even sometimes super glue gives me problems. So I just be kind of iffy about using gel sometimes, just because I know that gel can easily just make them pop off rather than using glue. But since I was doing this on myself, I didn't mind just using what was close by, which was that. And it's still good though, because I bought it, so it's still good. And I'm just using this little light to flash cure before I put it in the lamp, so nothing is moving out of place. I hate that. That's another thing of why I hate using gel sometimes, because if I'm using gel, I don't want my stuff slipping and sliding. And then they put their hand in the lamp and it done slid down the whole nail. Then you just looking like, well, dang, now I gotta, not only do I have to take this off, I have to redo it. Reuse more product and more bling. It's like a whole headache. That's why I would rather use glue, because one, it encouraged me to move faster. And two, it's stuck. When it's up and it's stuck, like it's not going nowhere. It's no sliding, nothing. And I can take my time and do what I got to do and not worry about nothing sliding down, period. So now I'm finishing off my favorite nail, and y'all, let's look at this. Get into the final product. Like, she's giving. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because I just bodied this set.